walked in the rainforest. Moments before, the forest had been alive with sounds of squawking birds and howling monkeys. All was quiet as the creatures watched the two men and wondered why they had come. The larger man stopped and pointed at the great kapok tree. Then he left. The smaller man took the axe he carried and struck the trunk of the tree. Whack, whack, whack. The sounds of the blows rang through the rainforest. The wood of the tree was very hard. Chop, chop, chop. The man wiped off the sweat that rained down his face and neck. Whack, chop, whack, chop. Soon the man grew tired. He sat down to rest at the foot of the great kapok tree. Before he knew it, the heat and the hum of the rainforest had lumped him to sleep. The boa constrictor lived in the kapok tree, floated down to its trunk, to where the man was sleeping. He looked at the gash that the axe had made in the tree. The huge snake stood very close to the man and hissed in his ear.
Senor, this tree is a tree of miracles. It is my home where generations of my ancestors have lived. Do not chop it down.
A bee buzzed in the sleeping man's ear.
Senor, my hive is in this kapok tree, and I fly from tree to tree and flower to flower collecting pollen. In this way, I pollinate the trees and flowers throughout the rainforest. You see, all living things depend on one another.
A troop of monkeys scampered down from the canopy of the kapok tree. One of them chattered to the sleeping man.
Senor, we have seen the ways of man. We chop down one tree and come back for another and another. The roots of these great trees will wither inside, and there will be nothing left to hold the earth in place. When the heavy rains come, the soil will be washed away, and the forest will become a desert.
A toucan flew down from the canopy and became squatted.
Senor, we must not cut down this tree. We have thrown over the rainforest and see what happens once you begin to chop down the trees. Many people settle on the land. They set fires to clear the underbrush and soon the forest disappeared. Once there was noisy heating, only black and smoldering ruins remained.
A bright and small tree frog crawled along the edge of the leaf, and a squeaky voice kept in the man's ear.
Senor, a ruined rainforest means ruined lives. Many ruined lives. You will leave many of us homeless if we chop down the great kapok tree.
A jaguar had been creeping along a branch in the middle of the tree because his spotted coat blended in the gentle light and shadows of the understory. No one had noticed him. Now he leapt down and patted silently over the sleeping man. He growled in his ear.
Senor, the kapok tree is home to many birds and animals. If you cut it down, they will find dinner.
A porcupine swung down from the branch to branch and whispered to the man.
Senor, do you know what we animals and humans need in order to live? Oxygen. And Senor, do you know what the trees produce? Oxygen. If you cut down the forest, you will destroy that which gives us all life.
Several anteaters climbed down from the kapok tree with their young clinging to their back. One another said to the sleeping man,
Senor, you are chopping down this tree with no thought for the future. And surely you know what happens tomorrow depends upon what you do today. The big man tells you to chop down a beautiful tree. He does not think of his own children, who tomorrow must live in a world without trees.
a three-toed sloth had begun climbing down from the canopy. When the man first appeared, only now did she reach the ground, flying ever so slow over to the sleeping man. She spoke in a deep and loud voice.
Senor, how much is beauty worth? Can you live without it? If you destroy the beauty of the rainforest, on what would you feast your eyes?
A child from the Yatomaro tribe who lived in the rainforest scurried over to the sleeping man. He murmured in his ear, Senor, when you wake, please look upon us with new eyes. depended upon the great kapok tree. What wondrous and rare animals they were! The man looked about and saw the sun beaming through the canopy. Spots of bright seemed to dazzle in there. The light glowed like jewels amidst the dark green forest. Strange and beautiful plants seemed to dangle in the air, spent from the great kapok tree. The man smelled the fragrant perfume of their flowers. He smelled the steamy mist rising from the forest floor, but he heard no sounds before. The creatures were strangely silent. The man stood and picked up his axe. He swung back as though to strike the tree. Suddenly, he stopped. He turned and looked at the animals in the shadow. He hesitated, then he dropped the axe and walked out of the rainforest.